For months, speculation has surrounded the killing of Z the Wizard, with some believing Big X may have unknowingly pulled the trigger during a chaotic brawl outside the club, while others insist it was a work of rival ops. But now, as law enforcement weighs in, it's becoming clear that Big X may know more than he's letting on. The shooting that changed everything happened around 3:45 a.m. on January 1st, 2026, when gunfire erupted in the parking lot of Pink House, Dallas, during its New Year's grand opening near Empire Central and the North Stemmons Freeway, just after the venue opened for an after-hours function. BigXThaPlug and his close associate Z the Wizard were posted up celebrating, with Z having just performed earlier that night, and Big X standing tall as the biggest artist coming out of Texas. Z, born Zay Curry Cannon Grantfields, had recently signed a deal with Future's Free Bands Gang label in August 2025, and the night was meant to kick off an even bigger year for both of them. Instead, chaos broke out, for people were shot, and Zonley, 25 years old, was critically wounded after being hit in the head, turning a night of celebration into a moment that changed everything.
That was him on the floor?
I think the last thing you hear him say is that was him.
The viral footage captured BigXThaPlug's raw, unfiltered reaction outside the club in the moments after the shooting. In the video, his voice cracks as he says, "They shot Z in the head, what the F?" Pain and disbelief spilling out with every word. Security can be seen urgently trying to move him away from the scene as chaos unfolds around them. The clip spread fast across X, Instagram, and TikTok, and almost immediately the misinformation followed. Some pages falsely claimed Z the Wizard had died on the spot. That wasn't true. Z was rushed to the hospital and placed on life support, fighting for his life.
That guy.
They say, according to BigXThaPlug, 3 others were hospitalized.
I hit. Remo would write, Z the Wizard was reportedly shot in the head during New Year's night incident at a Dallas nightclub. According to BigXThaPlug, 3 others were hospitalized.
Z the Wizard fought for 5 days before passing away on January 5th, 2026. During that time, his family and close circle asked the public to fall back and respect their space as he remained in critical condition, repeatedly having to shut down false reports claiming he had already died. Sadly, the outcome they were praying against still came to pass. Dallas lost one of its rising rap stars, and BigXThaPlug lost someone he had consistently supported and showed genuine love to. As the investigation continued, Dallas police confirmed they were reviewing footage from more than 30 cameras inside the club, along with surveillance from surrounding locations, and as of mid-January 2026, no arrests had been made. The motive remained unclear, but witnesses began piecing together what allegedly led up to the shooting. Multiple sources claimed tension sparked inside the club after Zed was throwing money during his performance, a common move at club appearances, but some individuals took offense when the cash hit them. Heated words followed, and the situation escalated into a physical altercation near the bathroom area before security stepped in and ejected the involved parties. According to reports, the conflict didn't end there. After being put out, members of Zed the Wizard's camp allegedly went to their vehicles and retrieved firearms, then confronted the other group in the parking lot. What followed was a chaotic shootout, with witnesses reporting multiple weapons being fired, including handguns and what were described as choppers. In the middle of that crossfire, Zed the Wizard was struck, a moment that ultimately cost him his life.
Bullets don't have no name on it, bro. Them bullets kill babies, grandmamas, aunties, uncles, granddads, mamas, innocents, cats, dogs. On bro, them bullets are whatever they hit, bro. It's gonna destruct, gang, real.
Some analysts looking at the footage suggested the fatal shot might have been friendly fire. One viral clip appeared to show someone from Zed the Wizard's own crew firing recklessly while retreating, making the tragedy seem less like a targeted hit and more like a catastrophic mistake during a chaotic exchange. The full truth was still under investigation, but one thing was undeniable. Zed the Wizard's death highlighted the deadly intersection of the rap game and street life. He had just received cosigns from Meek Mill and BigXThaPlug, earned a spot on the Dallas Observer's 2025 Top 25 DFW Rappers list, and was a father to 2 children. Weeks before his death, he'd organized a toy drive for his neighborhood, and those closest to him described him as having a heart of gold. At a candlelight vigil was held on January 11, 2026, at Inspiring Body of Christ Church in Dallas, where roughly 100 people, all wearing blue, gathered to honor him. His mother, Lean Non Grant, offered a serenity prayer through her grief, and Pastor Ricky Rush spoke about gun violence, leading the crowd in chants of "This Life Matters." Friends like Head Honcho Amir vowed to keep his name alive, and the service remained peaceful, With no rival crews showing Yupa real concern given the culture around funerals in the rap world, questions about who was responsible for the shooting persisted, with attention increasingly turning toward BigXThaPlug's known conflicts. Meanwhile, the Pink House Club came under scrutiny. The venue, a newly opened after-hours spot that had flipped from the old Safari Dallas, was criticized for weak security that allowed armed individuals inside. What should have been a packed, celebratory grand opening turned into a crime scene within hours. The hip-hop community exploded online, shocked that violence had touched Big X's circle, especially as he had been positioning himself as a figure trying to unite Dallas rap rather than perpetuate cycles of beef. Many also noted the inherent dangers of club appearances for rappers, where simply being seen can quickly turn into being targeted.
The club is dumb as hell to me. Like, what I want to go in here, I don't know 99% of these people in here. Everybody see me in here. We not finna do nothing but sit here. We finna order some drinks with these flashing ass lights and this loud ass music.
The shooting also raised uncomfortable questions about how New Year's Eve celebrations unfold in cities like Dallas. Police reported receiving 759 calls about celebratory gunfire on that night alone. With alcohol, firearms, and heated emotions all in one place, conflict can turn deadly in seconds. Zed the Wizard's death wasn't an isolated incident, it was part of a recurring pattern of holiday violence that claims lives each year during celebrations. Adding to the controversy, the club posted content flaunting how much money they made that night, drawing criticism from many who felt it was disrespectful given that someone had been shot in the head in their parking lot.
When 4 people get shot outside of your club and 1 person is hit in the head and in critical condition, I think it's a little bit
tweaking,
off-putting
to be putting that shit on
post to Instagram how much money the club made.
Right.
I think you should just take that win and keep it to yourself because somebody might not wake up.
Zed the Wizard's family was in shambles. Their son lay on life support with a catastrophic head injury while they struggled to set the record straight, repeatedly denying the early reports claiming he had already died, all while bracing for the worst. Those 5 days between the shooting and his passing must have felt like an eternity. To fully understand the tragedy, you have to look at the backdrop of beef that BigXThaPlug has been navigating throughout his rise in the Dallas rap scene. The shooting at Pink House didn't happen in a vacuum. It unfolded against a web of street tensions, industry drama, and regional rivalries that have been part of Big X's career since he first broke out. BigXThaPlug, born Xavier Landom on May 12, 1998, went from aspiring football player to one of the South's most commanding voices in hip-hop. His journey wasn't smooth, got kicked out of junior college, served time in solitary confinement, and ultimately made the decision to channel all of those experiences into his music. By 2025, he had gone platinum with hits like Texas and MHM, collaborated with country stars Luke Combs and Bailey Zimmerman, and launched his own imprint, 600 Entertainment, cementing himself as the biggest name in Dallas rap. But with that success came smoke. The most significant beef in Big X's career was with Lil CJ Casino, a Fort Worth rapper affiliated with Cool Cold Casino World. Their tension stemmed from long-standing street rivalries across the DFW area. In early 2024, an incident at DGB's studio in Houston brought things to a head. Lil CJ Casino claimed he was robbed his jewelry, clothes, shoes, cash, and a hard drive containing unreleased music, including Big X's tracks, was stolen while he was at the studio. Big X's camp moved fast to recover the hard drive, but Lil CJ saw that quick action as proof that Big X's team was either involved in the theft or had prior knowledge of it. Overnight, trust between the two camps was shattered, setting the stage for the conflict that would follow.
Did you end up getting into a argument or a disagreement with Big X? How'd that come about?
We squashed that shit. That shit had nothing. Some situation. We got over it though.
Oh, that's good. That's good. A lot of times it feels like rappers start beefing and there's like no way out. Like they just got to keep going at it.
And when
forever.
really just no real.
Lil CJ Casino escalated the situation in May 2024 by dropping a diss track titled Boss Up, directly calling out BigXThaPlug and referencing the studio incident. He shared screenshots on Instagram that he claimed put Big X's camp on blast, casting himself as a villain exposing what he saw as snake behavior. Big X responded over Instagram Live, defending the studio and its owner, flexing his touring earnings and his rise in the game, while downplaying the conflict. He called Lil CJ Casino in crash mode, beefing with everyone and their crews across the city. By mid-2025, Lil CJ Casino said the beef was squashed. In a January 2026 interview, he confirmed that they had patched things up and moved past it, describing the whole situation as rooted in misunderstandings and petty theft rather than real animosity. Still, the underlying street tensions between Casino World and 600 Entertainment never fully disappeared, they just went quiet. This conflict highlighted how quickly professional relationships in the rap game can unravel. Big X and Lil CJ had once shared managers through Inner Circle, hung out in Airbnbs together, and collaborated on music videos. The studio robbery, however, severed those ties almost overnight, turning former collaborators into rivals.
Real smoke. But you felt the way with him going to the internet, how often niggas be like getting took for their jewelry and shit out here? Is that like a big thing?
The way the beef with Lil CJ Casino was resolved offered a glimpse of how conflicts in the rap game can end without bloodshed. Lil CJ acknowledged that the dispute was never serious enough to create lasting animosity, and both artists recognized they had more to gain by focusing on their careers and by keeping up a cycle of diss tracks. But not every conflict ended so smoothly. BigXThaPlug's approach to handling his ops demonstrated a level of maturity many young rappers lack. He didn't chase clout through prolonged beef. She addressed accusations when necessary, defended his name, and funneled his energy into music and business. Beyond Lil CJ, Big X also faced criticism from Big Yavo, a rapper from Birmingham, who claimed Big X had jacked his signature catchphrase, "the largest." Big Yavo had used the phrase as a title of his 2022 album, well before Big X's 2024 single of the same name. In a July 2025 interview on No Jumper, Big Yavo said Big X had privately acknowledged the phrase in DMs but never gave public credit. Framing the issue as one of principle rather than personal beef, Big X responded in a September 2025 interview, denying any theft and dismissing the phrase as just a word. He called out his accusers as former fans who had once sought advice on blowing up but turned on him when he achieved success they couldn't. He labeled them random-ass rappers hating on his rise. The situation remained unresolved, but it appeared more like industry positioning than genuine street beef, reflecting complexities of navigating reputation, influence, and ownership in the modern rap game.
Egos can be your worst amigos. So we'll get caught up in sticking our chests out. I done did it before. Man, I don't got that. You know what he did to me. You get so mad and so frustrated before you even understand. Without an understanding, things can go.
The most recent beef involved Finesse 2 Times, a Memphis rapper who publicly called out BigXThaPlug for allegedly not clearing a feature on a collaborative track. The drama erupted in early January 2026, just days after Zed the Wizard's death. Finesse claimed that his label had informed him Big X wouldn't approve the feature, and he took to social media to express his frustration.
Now y'all see the issue I'm having with the label? The label is the one told me that Big X and his folks said that Big X said he not clearing the song. So who lying? The label or Big X? But guess what? For Big X calling me and us getting an understanding, him telling me.
BigXThaPlug reached out to Finesse 2 Times directly to clear the air. He explained that no one had ever asked him to approve the track, and that he would have cleared it without hesitation, especially since the song was fire. Finesse quickly apologized, placing the blame on his label for the miscommunication, and gave Big X props for handling the situation professionally and communicating directly.